Samhain falls at the end of the harvest season. Dry and dead stalks have replaced the lush and green plants in the gardens and fields. The perennials have shut down for the season, going dormant so that they may return to us in the spring. Animals are brought in from the fields for the winter. The grain that we picked back at Lunasa has been baked into bread, and all of our herbs have been gathered and hang from the rafters in the kitchen. The harvest is over, and now it's time to settle in for winter. If you want to celebrate Samhain at the time of harvest end, you can do so as a single ritual or as the first of 3 days of ceremony. If you don't have a permanent altar in place, set up a table to leave in place for the 3 days prior to Samhain. This will act as a temporary altar for the Sabbath. Decorate the altar with symbols of late fall, such as skulls, skeletons, grave rubbings, ghosts, and other items symbolic of the dead and the spirit world. With harvest foods such as pumpkins, squash, root vegetables, to mark the end of the growing season, with nuts and berries and dark breads to represent the darker time of the year, with dried leaves and acorns to symbolize the shedding of the trees as autumn comes in. A cornucopia filled with an abundance of fruits and vegetables to represent the bounty of the fields and gardens, with mulled cider, wine, or mead to honor the blessings of the orchards and vineyards. To begin your ceremony, prepare a meal. Focus on fruits and vegetables, and also wild game meat if it's available. Make sure you have a loaf of dark bread like pumpernickel or rye, and a cup of apple cider or wine. Set the dinner table with candles and a fall centerpiece, and put all the food on the table at once. Consider the dinner table a sacred space. At this time, say, "Tonight is the first of 3 nights on which we celebrate Samhain. It is the end of the harvest, the last days of summer, and the cold nights wait on the other side for us. The bounty of our labor, the abundance of the harvest, the success of the hunt, all lies before us. We thank the earth for all it has given us this season, and yet we look forward to winter, a time of sacred darkness. Take the cup of cider or wine and go outside to your vegetable garden if you have one. Otherwise, just find a nice grassy spot in your yard. Sprinkle a little bit of cider onto the earth and say, "Summer is gone, winter is coming. We have planted and we have watched the garden grow. We have weeded and we have gathered the harvest. Now it is at its end." If you have any late fall plants still waiting to be picked, gather them up now. Collect a bundle of dead plants and use them to make a straw man or woman. If you follow a more masculine path, he may be your king of winter and rule your home until spring returns. If you follow the goddess in her many forms, make a female figure to represent the goddess as hag or crone in winter. Once that is done, go back inside and bring your king of winter into your home. Place him on your table and prop him up with a plate of his own, and when you sit down to eat, serve him first. Begin your meal with the breaking of the dark bread, and make sure you toss a few crumbs outside for the birds later. Keep the king of winter in a place of honor all season long. You can put him back outside in your garden on a pole to watch over next spring's seedlings, and eventually burn him at your Beltane celebration 6 months from now. When you are finished with your meal, put the leftovers out in the garden. Complete the evening by playing games or telling spooky stories before a bonfire. Thank you for watching my video. Please rate and subscribe. Happy Samhain and blessed be.